Here joining you from Vero Beach, Florida. Again, as we've been saying every day, I'm going to repeat it for all those who are joining us for the first time today. We are going to be in the Vero Beach area doing a special service this coming Sunday. If that has any interest to you, you can find out more information on our homepage, www.newchurchlive. Just give that a little look, and we'd love to have you join us if you're around this area. We'll be doing another service broadcast from our home church up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So today, what I'm going to be talking about, is this beautiful concept of blessing. It's sort of God offering a blessing on the blessings, or a blessing of all the blessings, sort of a macro blessing. And it's a very, very famous story, one that is often repeated, often preached on, because it's so beautiful. And it's this patriarch Abraham, and God's trying to show him all the promises of life, and he takes him outside. He says, "Oh, look at all these stars. These are going to be your children, and your children will be as numerous as these stars." And as he's looking at the stars, God offers this beautiful line: "If you can count them." If you can count them. And that's where I think, again, we have to see God with a smiling face, and God going like, yeah, if you can count them, because you can't. Remember years ago, reading an article. It was an astronomy article, and it was saying that if all the light from all the different stars out there arrived and actually made it to Earth, made it to our eyes, that the sky would just be white at night. Like there's no point in the sky where you can point and not eventually, we're talking traveling, I don't know, a gazillion light years. There's no point where you could actually point and not hit something eventually. And that's just, I mean, that's sort of staggering, right? And I think of that in terms of this passage. Yeah, that the blessings are so great, and we don't really have eyes to see them very much. And I know that there's a lot of I mean, I'm speaking, generalizing here. I know of working pastorally, this seems to be, as is often true, January and February can be kind of hard seasons for a lot of people. And I know I definitely see that with just some of the wonderful souls we've gotten to work with, that it's just a hard season. And that doesn't, of course, change that the blessings aren't there. The blessings are there, and our job is not in some guilty way to oh, you got to go look at the blessings, or feel guilty about feeling bad. No, we have times where we feel bad. It's about just knowing that they're there, and it's this sober very sober view of blessings, that they're just in abundance. And what are those blessings? Again, and it's so easy for us in our culture to think of them materialistically, like somebody wins the lottery and say I'm blessed. Well, that would be blessed if you won the lottery, especially if you donated it to New Church Live. That'd be even better. But just kidding. And but it's this blessing part, folks, that is yeah, it's so far beyond just the physical stuff. And this is how Swedenborg talks about it. He says, if you can count them, symbolizes the fertility of love and the prolificness of faith. That's amazing. And to put it another way, the fertility of goodness and the prolificness of truth. So if you think of it this way, folks, if you think of love as being really the core, that's where the fertility of life is. That's where the growth is. That's where the good topsoil is. That's where it all kind of grows out of that. This very richness. And out of that particular fertile soil grows truth. And that's a very different way of seeing it. And that's what so much of religion needs to keep itself on track, is the idea that it all starts with love, and out of that love grows truth. And that doesn't mean that there aren't truths sometimes that are hard. I mean, I think sometimes, if we're in loving relationships, sometimes it does entail saying hard things. For those of us who are parents, certainly have experienced that before. But it has to grow out of love, and just that idea, folks, like you can't even. I mean, the fertility of it is amazing, right? And not just the fertility of it, but all the things that grow out of it, just incredible. And folks, if you think of grabbing just a really good bunch of topsoil, and right environmental conditions, and for love, there's always the right environmental conditions, and you just kind of set down this mound of the best dirt one could imagine, aka love, stuff's going to start to grow. I mean, it just does. And I think that's what this is talking about. And notice that force. It's not like we have to go and plant it and plant it, though we can. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. But the life force itself will start to grow things out of love. Just period. End of story. And I think we all know that to be true, right? Like when you come from that deeply loving place, stuff just grows in ways we can't imagine. When we really get to work at being a loving person, we'll find ourselves impacting this person we didn't know about, that person we didn't know about, that person we didn't know about. And it won't be about us. It will not be about us. It will be about them and about how we can serve. And that's what this is talking about. And I see God going, yeah, like if you can possibly count those. And I think that's God's way of going, like, you're never going to be able to count all this stuff. Just go out there, be loving. You have no idea where this all goes. God does. We don't. And that's a big part of the joy of life. So, friends, just think of the blessing today. The takeaway would be, think of the blessing of blessings, and really try to come back to, like, how do we set up this soil in such a way that stuff just inevitably grows. And if you're feeling like you want to set up soil and very purposefully grow a bunch of roses, knock yourself out. I think that's a great idea. And if you just want to focus on something even simpler, just focus on that loving bit for today. Notice that that's where the fertility really is, and then just be curious about what grows out of it. See what happens. So that is the thought for today, folks. I hope that makes a lot of sense to you, and adds a little bit of joy to your day as we celebrate the blessing of blessings. So, with that, dear friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to shift gears. And we shift gears. This is what we do. We do a little prayer. We do a little blessing. We say hi to folks on social media. I do want to say this. We say hi to folks on social media. People comment all the time. We had a comment on YouTube last week. I'm going to try to do better at this, which is asking, where did I read this piece? And today we were looking out of the book Secrets of Heaven, 1809. Think of that like a verse number. Secrets of Heaven, 1809. So if that interests you, you can look it on up in that book. All right, dear friends. So with that, let's shift gears here. And what we're going to do now is do a little meditation. You'll be able to hear the waves in the background out here in beautiful Vero Beach. So let's get a little breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's do a little cheery hello to folks. All righty, tighty. And again, I hope you're all doing well. We got a lot going on down here, a lot going on today and tomorrow, and super excited. Marcus writes, "Good morning and beautiful sounds." Yes, Marcus, the sounds here are ridiculously beautiful. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Alrighty, let's hop on over to here. Okay, more comments there. Linda, good morning to you, my friend. Martha, good morning from Texas with Gear and Sons, Henry and George. Henry and George, wishing you all the best out there in Texas. Sherry, have a wonderful weekend full of fun and sun. That will be great. I will enjoy it a great deal. Kim writes, morning all, sunny and super. That's good. Linda, enjoy the rest of your stay in the sunshine. I shall. It was funny. It's just gorgeous down here. And then it's supposed to rain the day we have church, which is exactly what happened last year. So that's all good. Driving people inside, maybe get more to church. That'll be super fun. So folks, God bless. You are all a blessing. Have a great day celebrating the richness of it all, the richness and the goodness of it all. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye. Like our content? It's funded by viewers like you. Please consider becoming a sustaining supporter of New Church Live today. Take care, my friends.